Tonight in Buenos Aires, we witnessed history, Lionel Messi's final home match for Argentina before retirement. And it was a night that blended football, family, and raw human emotion in a way very few sporting moments ever do. From the very beginning, the atmosphere inside the stadium was electric. Fans arrived hours before kickoff, waving flags, painting their faces, and chanting Messi's name non-stop. You could feel the sense of anticipation. People weren't just here to watch a game, they were here to say goodbye. And Messi, as always, carried himself with that same quiet humility that has defined his entire career. When he walked out of the tunnel, there was an eruption that shook the ground. But what stood out wasn't just the roar of the crowd, it was the sight of his family in the stands. His wife, Antonella, visibly emotional. His children waving, with a mixture of innocence and confusion, not fully able to grasp that their father was about to close a chapter that has lasted nearly 2 decades. That image alone summed up the night, football colliding with life in the most powerful way. On the pitch, Messi played with the freedom of a man who knows this is his farewell. Every touch of the ball was met with applause. Every dribble was savoured by fans who didn't want the moment to end. And then, in classic Messi fashion, he delivered one last piece of brilliance, a goal that was as much about artistry as it was about closure. It wasn't just another highlight for his reel, it was symbolic. A reminder that even in his final act at home, he could still change a game in an instant. And from an analytical perspective, this is what separates Messi from every other athlete. His legacy isn't just in the numbers, though those are unmatched. It isn't just in the trophies, though he has them all. It's in the connection he built with his people. The way Argentina rallied behind him, through heartbreaks, through World Cup failures, and finally, through ultimate triumph. Tonight was the culmination of that relationship, a nation and its hero, crying together in one final embrace. As an analyst, I can break down his impact in statistics, in records, in tactical influence, but none of that fully explains what we saw tonight. Messi's greatness has always been about more than football. It's about joy. It's about resilience. It's about carrying the dreams of millions on his shoulders and somehow still remaining humble, still remaining human. And that's why his last home game wasn't just a farewell, it was a thank you. From him, to his people. And from Argentina, back to him. When future generations talk about Lionel Messi, they'll mention the dribbles, the goals, the trophies. But those of us who were here, or who watched this farewell, will remember the tears. His family's, and his nation's. Because tonight, Lionel Messi didn't just retire at home. He reminded us why football matters, because it connects us, because it makes us feel, because it gives us hero.